Hey Roy, how you doing, buddy? Let's see.
Hey Roy, how you doing, buddy?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is that on? Let's see here. Hold on, fellas. Gotta bring some extra line just in case. Dutch and Richard, what is up, guys? Going into the flounder comp here in a second, boys, but there's not too many good comps on here. How have you been, Dutch? Oh, Dutch, you farming at the Congo? I'm doing good, buddy, doing good. And Albu's in the house. Albu, welcome. But yeah, the fishing plant comps today are not very good, fellas. I don't really like breaking shad or these two, so I'm probably going to play in this one and do some free fishing in between and maybe do the trout hunter. But the breaking shad bores me and living fossil. Yeah, it looks like well, that. But anyway, Dutch, I watched that little clip you sent me where that unique perch went flying. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. There's something with, I don't know if you've noticed it, guys. There's something with this new update. Those fish just swim differently. It's like they're on turbo. I don't know if you guys caught that little clip I put together when I won the Emerald Predator hunt yesterday. And I went off into the big headhunters. I reeled in that 94-pound carp in like 20 some seconds, which was insane. It's almost like they just swim different. I don't know if you guys are noticing that. I did get the gold salmon. Oh no, I got the gold roach. I got the gold roach. I was gonna clip all those together, but I'm trying to figure out when I'm gonna have the time. No, I did get that one. I'm stuck on the Golden Ridge Reserve, Richard. I might go over there and mess with it later. I'm contemplating if I want to get that Sidewinder again. Somebody was telling me, even though it's a pain in the butt, you might as well go for the extra token when you can. But I don't know if I can cast for 35 minutes for that thing. That thing drives me crazy over there. All right, fellas, I'm thinking this is the bad peak for this. Let's see what the scores are. If this is the cloudy, yeah, it's the cloudy peak. This could be horrible, boys. You know how this thing goes. You can either get a bite or you don't. I can tell by the scores right now. This is not going to be fun. Probably a really slow bite, boys, but I'll do what I can. I have not fished here forever either. So this is going to be just a hurry up and wait kind of a comp, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I ended up getting a gold salmon last night, finally, after about 700 cast. Felt like I'm still trying to figure the farming out there in the angler as far as trying to get the diamonds and the golds. It seems like you definitely have to sit and wait. Yeah, I hope I do too. Hold on, let me make sure I got enough bait and I didn't do anything stupid. Yeah. All right, fellas, I got my leader clipped off. I got mono leader on. Yeah, I smell a lot of waiting for sure. Yep, that's all I can do. But yeah, Josh, I ended up getting that gold last night in that spot you told me, so. Alright, mono leader 19.8, fluoro 20, reel's good. I know my rod's good, I repaired it. Clipped off at 27. Doing my normal routine, boys. We just gotta hope for a good bite. I think we're ready. Here we go. Oh, I was tired too, if you couldn't tell. I was wanting to, before I ended the stream, I wanted to get that, and I was watching the football game on my phone on the side with the volume down. But, yeah. 316, huh? Oh, I got it there. It is there, fellas. It's a hard cast, believe it or not. I have noticed the lag spikes. The game's a little slow here and there, and then all of a sudden it's really crisp. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. I haven't got quite as many lag spikes when I've been casting lately, I've noticed. So maybe they've worked on it a little. I don't know. Alright, boys. Now we'll just let it sit and soak and hope I get a bite. But yeah, I can tell you by looking at the leaderboard right there, this peak is definitely the slow one. 230 might win this thing, or pedestal on it. It's definitely not the fast peak. I'm really hoping I don't have the controller that has stick drift. But yeah, I was looking at that Trout Hunter. I didn't realize that thing, if you can ever get lucky in a Trout Hunter, it gives away the X-Series crayfish as well. I cannot believe I won that Emerald Predator thing finally yesterday, and I still didn't get the shad. I thought that was my shot. I thought the stars that had lined and they were finally going to give me a X-Series shad after 900 attempts. No such luck. And the odds are whoever got third probably got the shad. I would have gladly traded my first place for the third place just to pick up those shad. Yeah, for sure. Well, it's kind of weird to explain. I think they got a pretty good buff on them as far as bite percentage. Another couple guys explained to me is like on the lures and the hook sizes, they're kind of universal, Albu. So let's say you needed a certain colored shad or whatever you're fishing with, and you've made a color boo-boo, so to speak. In other words, you put out the wrong color on the wrong peak, whether it's sunny or cloudy or partly cloudy. The X series are supposed to be like universal. In other words, even the hook sizes, a 4.0 could act as an 8.0 or a 2.0, so you can pick up large and small fish, whereas an X series, whether it's a crayfish, shad, it can also, it's multitask as far as whether it'll work in cloudy weather, partly cloudy and sunny, is the rumor I heard. But nonetheless, it's good to have. Especially the plastics, because I like being able to couple them on jig heads and buzz baits, and anytime you can pair it up, it's good to have them in your inventory. Man, this is going to be a wait, isn't it? You're welcome, man. I actually got an X Series sinker on right now. I'm not sure what those things are good for. I'm still trying to figure out what an X Series bobber is good for, too. But I don't know. Other than looks, maybe? I can't tell you. But more times than not, if I pick up X Series gear, I'm always happy when I get a X Series lure, because they do seem to be buffed, so to speak. Not that you can do okay without them, but it seems like you do better with them. I knew this was going to be slow, but for crying out loud. Great. It's just me and one other guy in the room. Not even a bite, fellas. I'll give it about another minute. If I don't get anything, I'm gonna go down to another spot. I was really hoping at least get a comment or something, man. Hello, Johnny. Okay, that guy finally got a bite. Doing the dreaded flounder here thing, John. The one I've pedestaled in several times, but it doesn't mean nothing if you don't get a bite. Let me go down. Oh, man. Well, there's 7 minutes gone. This could be a epically bad run. Give it a 5-minute soak here and hopefully my tiles start activating. If that doesn't work, normally they're 315 and 320 out. If not, I'll try to see if they've moved in. Anything would be great. But yeah, at this point, going for the gold ring green sunfish over at the angler sounds more enticing. Come on, bro. Something. I'm thinking no matter what I do, my tiles are going to be off for a long time. I feel like I've got dealt a really bad bite rate. I know if I put out the crayfish cut, I'm probably just going to get mullet. I just don't think my tiles are active. Let me try 275. Maybe they've moved in. Gosh. This might end up being like one of those runs that I had when me and Josh first met each other. Not even a trophy. What's up, Tony? Okay, let's see. 250. If I don't get a bite at 250, it's definitely tiles are just off. Okay. I'll go on to my third spot. Don't know if it's really going to matter, but I'll give her a try. I'm going to sit this out for 5-6 minutes, boys, even if it gets boring. So you can see the position I'm in. On to my third spot, not even one nibble. Starting to feel more like the length matters here, Richard. The good news is I did bring coffee. Got a full cup of coffee, fellas. Trying to wait this thing out. Will they give me a bite at any point? Yeah, I don't know, fellas. Yeah, that big red fish is another one of those. I've gotten better at it, Richard, but it's either there's some guy that has an astronomically high score, or you're getting a really good bite and your trophies are tiny. Or you have a good run going and you don't get your respawn trophies. That's you. One of those three usually happen to me. But as you can see, 1/3 of the comp, I haven't even got one bite. $15 in here and 20 seconds. I don't blame you, Dutch. You're not missing much, buddy. Oh, I've had that happen, Tony. I've had that happen on Spin the Trout. I think we've all been there. Other than a select few of people that somehow always get a bite in all these things. Yeah, well, Richard, you've seen me on the Super RNG. That's what I've been saying all along since I started playing in these. It's just a tiered system. Sure, other people will argue it, but this is living proof. Now, you've also can go back, and you were right here, Richard, when I put up that 300 and some points in this too, and I cast it out unique, cast out unique, cast out unique. And now this is the opposite of Super RNG, boys. This is no RNG. Let me try 280. Well, let's try 290. Yep. And now I get the opposite. Where it doesn't matter what I do right. I mean, there's not even the lake's dead. I'm curious to see if it's going to come on at all. But I'm not even going to sit and rant about it anymore. Fishing Planet will say there's no such thing as bite rate in comps. But I don't know what more proof you could have than this right here. Dum 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 dum. I guess I'll walk down to my next spot. I don't know why. Doesn't really make sense, but... La la la. La la la. Yep, unique flounder, unique flounder. But nothing's here. Do 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 do. And like I said, boys, it's exactly why I'm glad to have the angler now. At least I can rotate to something and have fun. Alrighty, boys. Approaching the 19-minute mark in. Will they finally give me a flounder? I'm on to the 4th spot. I'm curious to see if they're going to give me anything at all. What if they give me no? What if they give me 0 flounder? Or will I get a crazy bite in the last 10 minutes? Alright, boys. Well, at least I'm not going to get skunked. Yeah. Oh, I've had runs like this in this thing, but that was way back when I was a noob and I didn't understand much of it. That's what's driving me crazy. It's the comps you know how to do, Richard. That chap your hide, right? Now we'll cycle in a trophy or a uni. At this point, I'll take another common, fellas. Comp's almost halfway over. You don't think the update was good for your RNG? Yeah, it is. A lot of it's RNG. Like I said, that's not disrespectful to everybody that sits and practices stuff over and over. But that's why you guys haven't seen me on much practicing on. There's some comps I need to improve on, I know. Like Red and Shiny and a couple of the other ones. Maybe Party of 5. But it's hard for me to put that much time into it, knowing that a lot of it's just RNG based. Welcome back, John. I seen something in the club room. Oh, were you asking about the bait or this? You said you picked up another mark. I thought you were being sarcastic when you asked what bait to use, because I put that on the channel a long time ago when we practiced that. Freshwater crab is what I like. Freshwater crab, golf shrimp, or the large cut bait. All right, fellas, as you can see, what's a guy supposed to do here? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's good to have that you have a rotation and that sort of thing. Like I said, I'm not trying to be negative about. Number one, yes, the parameters. You need to know hook size, bait size, lure selection. You've got to have plenty of spots in the event. But yeah, you're exactly right, Richard. So how much time do you invest on practicing something if you go into a comp and uh, 6 out of your 7 spots are dead? But basically, it's just a computer dealing out luck, guys. I think that's the only way they figured out they could do it. It just seems like it could be a lot better way to do it. Oh, I don't know, boys. I might be going straight to the angler after this. I don't know if I can handle another comp today. Don't know, fellas. A lot better ways I could spend my time than just sitting on dead fishing. Well, that's for sure. I'm just going to start back over. What's the point? Over 35 minutes in and one bite. All right, John. I'll have a look at it next time I play in the Bob or the Burbot. Yippee, a Zeppelin. Oh no, that's going to be short. Oh, that's my fault. Yep, I'll boot. It's just is what it is, man. The guys watching know that I've won this before. I placed it at 3 times. But yeah, this is my worst run ever. This run here drives you crazy because even the very first time I played it, I did better than this, and I didn't even know what I was doing. That's what makes, in general, on Fishing Planet, what makes these things even more frustrating. Simply put, boys, it's just a timer going on and off. Or you have more active tiles than they do, or vice versa. Obviously, they didn't have my lake active. That's how you can determine winners and losers, I guess. I mean, a 1 pound flounder. That's about as small as you can get. Yeah, maybe sometimes good, maybe sometimes. I hear you, buddy. I'm curious to see if they'll cycle me on at least one trophy. Are they going to give me a 124 pointer or no? I got 15 minutes. The odds are no. They're not going to give me anything. Come on, Fishing Planet, turn my timer on for me. Spawn some fish. I think I was destined for another Fishing Planet humble experience, I guess, here. Humble Pie. Won a comp yesterday. Place and last today. Come on. At least give me one trophy. Oh, I said it yesterday when I won that Emerald Predator hunt that they'll punish me for probably days to come. Maybe I should do Fishing Planet comps every 3 days and literally just target the ones that I enjoy the most. There's nothing in this one for me to win anyway. I was hoping to come in and have a good time on it, but again, you guys see where I'm coming from. I do wish Fishing Planet would have looked at this at some point. It's not about winning or losing. It's about the bite rates. And obviously this is the lowest of a tier of a bite rate you can get on a Fishing Planet comp. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, I'm walking down here again. Probably pointless, but I'm going to try to be the best sport that a guy could be. And keep trying. Wow, that's an... Richard, they reset into good RNG. I think if you haven't noticed that by now. Obviously, a guy that's... I don't even want to say names, but a guy that I know, another guy that I know that's really good at this one. Obviously, if you don't get a bite within that first 2 minutes, he'll reset until he comes back in and feels like he's got good RNG. And then if that doesn't work, then they just quit the comp. Because why would you put yourself through this? But I hope at some point a dev actually goes through and looks at the, probably 1,000 hours of comps I've put up on my channel now, just for stuff just like this. And then I want them to explain to me what that I've done differently than I did when I had a really good run. In other words, shouldn't a guy that knows how to do this be at like the 190 on a bad run? Since I put up 300, how can you go from 300 points to what am I going to have, 48 now on this fish? Unless this is a trophy. I don't see how that's possible. In other words, there shouldn't be that much of a shift as long as you know what you're doing. That's what I'm thinking, Richard. Maybe a guy, as you can see, I'm still trophyless. Maybe a guy, that's what he does. Just don't. Playing like 3 of them a week. I might just start doing Fishing Planet chill streams and just farm. Farm and literally pick like 15 comps I like the most. Avoid ones like this where you're either dead or you got some weird crazy accelerated bite rate. Tick tock. Tick tock. But yeah, on a side note, I could have been going for that gold rank green sunfish or the burbot. At least I know I was catching fish. Even as hard as those challenges are on the angler, definitely would have been more enjoyable than spending 45 minutes of this. Well, yeah, Richard, I think that's like I said. Anybody that's experienced really, really bad times over and over, and then you look at the scoreboard and it's usually the same people over and over. There's something that they know uh, how to just get better luck. I know that might piss a lot of people off, but again, if I'd only played in 50 comps, I've played in 870 some comps now, so I know what I've seen. Is this finally a trophy? Still trophyless. 5 times 12. I've caught 5 flounder. Not one of them's been a trophy. Five minutes, boys. Think they'll give me one trophy? These are the runs you're used to. Comments, and more comments. Yeah. I knew I was going to have a tough time because this is usually the slower peak, but I'm experienced enough at this one now. A bad run for me should be 175 to 190, not 60. But again, boys, I would assume in regards to priorities with everything Fishing Planet has going on, I would assume fixing comps or adjusting comps will probably be on the very, very tip top of the back burner. Yep. Well, and like I said, you've seen me chart this out. It shouldn't even matter. Kind of after what Big Legit said on those asp, I went through here, and even Sparky, Beavers, Jordan all did the same thing. It's just a square thing, so wherever you catch it, it shouldn't matter. And I proved that the last time I had a really good run in this. But it's just your leg's either active or it's not, man. But just to reiterate, to me it doesn't even matter as long as you're a certain amount of squares over. In other words, I could have started here, caught a first unique, go down 7 squares here, just like this is all, I mean, it's irrelevant for the most part. In other words, Richard, you could come in here on this square, start and go up as long as you're 7 squares over. It's not even going to matter. You're just going to go from unique to unique. Just all it is a border. It's just a gridded border if you look at the squares. But if your lake's active or less active than somebody else's, it's not really going to matter. And I'll argue that with anybody. In other words, if 75% of your lake's dead or 90% of your lake's dead, you're going to lose by default. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just a radius thing. And that's how I found all these spots, but I've had a winning run on these spots. It's just they're either, I mean, short of next time if I have a slow run like this, splitting the difference between my two marks, I don't even think that's going to be relevant. It's just, I don't know how else I guess that's just the way they looked at dilling it out, I guess. But I do think some players have figured out when to reset, how to reset, and that sort of thing. And then there's all the people that are playing in it that have no clue what's going on. But as long as you know at least that you have some spots to throw at and the basic idea. From there, you're in RNG's hands. Whatever the computer's going to give you. And today, and scores from the bottom, they definitely dealt me up a raw hand. The good news is I only got a minute left. Alrighty, fellas. Obviously, I'm not going to have time to fight a flounder. I'm going to go ahead and reel in. We'll dial that one up to an RNG beatdown. Did they even? They gave me a bonus shell, guys. A buzzer beater. How about that shell? How about the shell? Just an icing on the top there, boys. Alrighty, boys. You've seen me put up 300 in this. Now you've seen me put up 80. There's 6 flounder and a bonus shell there at the end, boys. So, yep. If this happens to anybody else, all you can do is either, if you don't have a bite in this thing 4 or 5 minutes in, I would suggest either, unless you're just wanting to get an experience and get tortured, close your game and go do something else, or try to reset once. But obviously, that's just a perfect example, prime example of RNG on a video game, fellas. It is what it is. All you can do is go on to the next one and hope that they just start jumping out of the trees like they did for me that one day. Alrighty, fellas, I'm debating here. I don't know. I know I'm not playing a Breaking Chad. I know I'm not playing Living Fossil. Wolf and Double Wolf and Triple Wolf at the 9 p.m. Red and Shiny. That's a Triple Wolf. Let me see what's on tomorrow on this game. Is there anything good? Come on, Carp, if I can get home early enough in the morning, maybe. Yellow Gold Rush, Wolf. I'm not 100% sure if these guys are figuring out the Troy with a quick cast or something. I don't know, but I do know. Let me look at something that I'd seen. What was that? Trophy Whiskers was just on the other day, post update, and somebody put up 1700. So I don't know if that was a bottom rod or what, but that 1700 score almost looks like the Troy might still be working in some spots, but I don't know. I know they use the Troy in that. It definitely appeared to, let me see, where's the mini fellas? It definitely appears something's going fishy again on the meaty fellas, so who knows 100% sure if they haven't found a workaround on the Troy. Almost appears that way. I'll wait and see next time that comes up. See what people got in their hands. So for now, there's a lot of these I'm crossing off the playlist, fellas. And I think you know why. With that being said, I don't really want to wait around for a lucky comp where I'm just trying to catch a lucky fish. I think I'd rather go over and play some of the angler. The schedule on here is horrible. Again, this is me walking away from the poker table. After that flounder run I just had, none of these here are appealing to me other than if I knew for sure the Troy's not working anymore, I don't know. I'd like to get that deep runner, but I already got most of that stuff in there as well. So I got the buzzbait a couple weeks ago. So there's no sense of spending an hour off my life in something I'm not going to enjoy, fellas. With that being said, I'm going to go get a quick bite to eat. If any of you guys looking for Fishing Planet content, I'll be back on tomorrow at some point to play in a couple of these fun ones here. But other than that, that will conclude my Fishing Planet streams for today. I will be back on the angler here after I get me a quick bite to eat. So, any of you guys looking to tune in, we'll see you then. Anybody else on Fishing Planet, again, I'll be back on tomorrow. Good luck in any of your comps, guys. I hope that you get better RNG than I did in this one. That was dreadful. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.